So while the beginning of Nitro was more or less a disaster, at least we finally have a match to give you guys, and that match is Lars Sullivan versus Kurt Angle. So I hope you guys enjoy that in the background. As I said in the prior video though, yes, that is official. Sasha Banks will take on Paige for the Women's Championship, and that's pretty much all we had to build off that episode. I mean, it was really just breaking news and then a non-match. It was just Shayna Baszler beating the shit out of Candice LeRae for no apparent reason. So, it is what it is. At least now we have a match to give you guys some entertainment. And hopefully it's going to be more or less a wrestling clinic, more or less a David and Goliath situation with how massive Lars Sullivan is. Lars Sullivan has been getting a little bit more screen time lately here on EBCW, man. I remember, I said before and I'll say it again, I mean, the guy has more or less had a fall from grace. He beat AJ Styles for the World Championship last season in 2K19, proceeded to lose the championship shortly after, and now he's kind of more or less faded away in the background. I mean, he has matches here and there and has picked up some victories, but most of his outings have resulted more or less in a loss. And of course, he's nowhere to be found on WWE television. God knows if he'll ever come back to WWE television. Hell, I'm not even sure if he's actually been released or not, because there's been no news that I've seen about him. I could be wrong though. Could have already, he can either still be employed or he's completely released. So here's a hot take for everyone as Kurt Angle makes his entrance. I will arguably say that Kurt Angle's TNA run may be better than his initial WWE run. Of course, Kurt Angle was still having fantastic matches in both runs, but I don't know. TNA really made Kurt Angle feel like a big deal. I mean, didn't at one point he held all the championships that were that any males could get besides the Knockouts title? I never knew the whole story behind that. I never bothered to look it up on any Impact stories or anything. But all I remember is at one point in time he pretty much had all of the championships, which I can only imagine what it's like wrestling for pretty much an entire show, because I don't know if they ever actually went through with that, hence why I don't have the information on it. But like I said, he just felt like a big deal, especially when the first person they put him up against was Samoa Joe. And of course, I saw the clip of that a few days before I started recording this, and I was just like, God damn, Kurt Angle was such a big fucking deal in TNA. Yeah, you love to see it. Nice move there to start us off. Like I said before, this is like the first match of the fucking show. It's kind of a shame. I was really looking forward to that match because I was going to announce, if Sasha Banks was to compete, I was going to announce after the fact. But I kind of realized somehow, some way that the game was going to make it a non-match. So I was like, you know what? Might as well get the breaking news out now before the match becomes non-existent. So I thought it would be smart. Either way, Paige versus Sasha Banks. I'm not really sure if that match ever truly occurred in WWE. Maybe as like they may or may not have faced off as in like a one-off thing on Raw or SmackDown. Hard to tell. Kurt Angle being an absolute alpha male. Hope his son Jason Jordan's doing good. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You cannot tell me in any way, shape, or form that that does not result in a move. Oh, man. I can also tell you today, I saw some 2K Battlegrounds gameplay a few hours before I started recording EBCW for this week, and I'm like, I'm not into it. I'm just not into it in like any way, shape, or form. It's just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I feel like it doesn't really play that well. Of course, I haven't played it myself to know, but like I've said it before and I'll say it again. WWE games are better with a mix of arcade and realism, not one over the other. I will never see why 2K needs to make two different franchises. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. German suplexes. You know, I fucking saw a match. I'm not sure if... I don't know what pay-per-view it was, but it was like a match between Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. I know you really can't say his name anymore, but still. And I gotta say, like, that match was a fucking German suplex city. I must have counted at least 15 to somewhere between 15 and 20 German suplexes in that match. I don't remember what pay-per-view it was on, but I absolutely fucking loved it because Kurt Angle and, you know, and despite whatever happened with Chris Benoit, I mean, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit together was, like, incredible, man. I fucking loved that match. It had to have been, it was definitely an early 2000s, like 2002 pay-per-view, though. It was like a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. I don't remember which one it was, though, which bothers me. What the fuck is Lars doing here? Ah, shit, he got a reversal off. That's another thing, man. Like, Lars Sullivan just feels so weak in this game. Like, if you guys remember the first title match he had at... I don't even know what fucking... What was it? Was it Backlash? I don't fucking remember. I don't fucking remember what the first pay-per-view was last year. But, like... It took, like, what? 2 phenomenal forearms to take him down? And he still didn't get pinned. So, like, Lars Sullivan was an absolute alpha male last year. And now it's just like, I'm beating the shit out of him pretty handily. Like, he's kind of shitty in this game. Oh, I'm gonna get reversed. Fuck me. That was just dumb luck. Of course, I say something bad about the CPU. The CPU decides to fuck me over. Just like how in the Giants game, I'm recording this right after week 1, by the way, so this is why I'm saying this. Just like in the Giants game, I was saying to myself, oh, you know what? Daniel Jones has definitely grown a lot from last year. He's made a couple mistakes, but he's really leading this team during this 19-play drive that results in a fucking interception like 3 plays after I think that. I didn't even say it. I thought it. It's like God himself wanted me to fucking rage on the inside. You cannot imagine the anger and just absolute confusion I had when Daniel Jones fucking made that interception. Angle slam. 1, 2, 3. I mean, Kurt Angle won. I mean, was there ever any doubt? Was there ever any doubt that Kurt Angle wasn't going to win this match? I mean, you got to be a fucking idiot to not think that. I mean, seriously. Like I said before, Lars Sullivan, weak as fuck in this game. Last year, strong as shit. Hella strong. Hell, he was so strong he became world champion. Probably one of the most outlandish things I've ever seen on EBCW. Anyway, guys, Kurt Angle gets the victory, and our main event is coming up next. Champion versus champion. Samoa Joe, world champ, faces off against AJ Styles, United States champ. I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going to be a hell of a match. I'm talking about how, you know, Kurt Angle was how I liked Kurt Angle's run in TNA, maybe slightly better than his WWE run. Shit. That our main event screams TNA. Let's be honest. Alright, guys. See you in that main event match. And hope you guys are enjoying this episode of Nitro.